Hi everyone, welcome back to Loft 801. My name is Diego, and today I'm going to be reviewing Get Out, released February 24th, 2017. It is director Jordan Peele's first film, a social commentary horror involving Chris, his girlfriend Rose, and her strange family. Before I hop into my review, if you want to support the channel, please take a second to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, or don't. It's not like you're hurting my feelings or anything. You are. This review will contain spoilers, so please continue at your own risk. Lastly, if there's something you want to see reviewed, leave a comment down below and we'll get to it. Thank you. We're hopping in 3, 2, 1. Chris is a black photographer who visits his white girlfriend Rose Armitage's family. If you've never seen this movie before, you may have an idea of where the plot is headed. He's nervous to meet Rose's family because he's worried they could be racist. He has a good reason to worry because they are indeed racist. Despite trying to come off as allies to Chris, many of their liberal comments are unctuous. Time out. What does unctuous mean? Excessively or ingratiatingly flattering. Some synonyms are insincere, hypocritical, silver-tongued. Yep, they are unctuous. They try so hard to show Chris they're not racist, but that alienates him even more. This is one of the big themes Peele tries to portray in this film. Diversity needs to be normalized, not glorified or vilified. Personally, I love this theme, and it's something that I, as an immigrant, agree with. As the movie progresses, it becomes obvious that Rose's family is up to something devious. They've established a form of immortality. They transplant their brains into different bodies, specifically the bodies of black people. They view being black as a trend, a commodity, granting them the physical abilities they desire.
Black is in fashion.
Again, this hits home on the theme that diversity should be normalized. Something else that I really enjoyed in this film was the symbolism. Peele put in a lot of effort to include symbolism related to slavery, such as the southern-styled home, the older-looking outfits of the transplanted individuals, and the auction. While the racism may seem extreme, it provides some good insight into how racism can manifest itself in today's society. Something I didn't quite like about the movie was the sunken place, specifically how Chris was sent there. Rose's mother Missy uses hypnosis to trap Chris in a pocket of his mind. This seemed off to me because that's not quite how hypnosis works. In order for hypnosis to work, one must be willing to open themselves up and become susceptible to it. At no point in the movie did Chris do that. In fact, he was adamantly against being hypnotized.
I'm good, actually.
I thought this aspect of the film brought the plot down, especially because they could have just transplanted the brains without it. Despite my gripes with the sunken place, I really enjoyed the cinematography associated with it. Seeing Chris sink within his own mind was eerily beautiful. However, outside of the scenes associated with the sunken place, I didn't see too many other visually pleasing scenes. Despite being a horror film, I thought Get Out had a healthy mix of humor in it. As an example, I thought it was funny how the Armitage family fit their stereotype perfectly.
Freaking weird.
By the way, I would have voted for Obama for a third term if I could.
I also really liked Rod, Chris's best friend. He was hilarious and his inclusion didn't feel forced. I also laughed when Rod went to the cops and they didn't believe his story about Chris's abduction. I saw the joke coming from a mile away, but it was still funny to me. But speaking of cops, the film hammered home the ending. Chris is on top of Rose, choking her, and she starts smiling because a police car pulls up. My initial reaction was, ah, shit, he's so dead. Instead, Rod came to the rescue. This moment made me pause for a second and reminded me of the racism black people face today. Ending on a good note, something I really enjoyed about this film was the acting. Daniel Kaluuya does a wonderful job as Chris. He's outstanding. I also think Allison Williams kills it. I knew it wasn't meant to be, but I was really shipping them together from the second I saw them on screen. They had great chemistry. The rest of the cast also did a really good job. Bradley Whitford, Caleb Landry Jones, Lakeith Stanfield, Catherine Keener, Lil Rel Howery, Betty Gabriel, Stephen Root, and everyone else. They made the movie feel natural. In preparation for Peele's third film, Nope, I watched Get Out for the first time and I enjoyed it. Looking back on films from 2017, I don't think it deserved the Oscar for Best Screenplay, but it was certainly a top contender. The plot was mostly solid, the themes and the symbolism within the film were amazing, and the cast felt perfect. I felt the movie could have improved upon the cinematography and the score, but they were respectively good. My biggest criticism was the sunken place. While it allowed for further symbolism, I believed it hurt the overall narrative. However, that's not stopping me from giving this film an 8.4 out of 10. If you're looking for a fun horror film or a social commentary on today's racial climate, I'd recommend watching Get Out. Thank you for listening to my review of Get Out. If you enjoyed the content and want to support the channel, please take a second to like and subscribe, or don't, you're only crushing my hopes and dreams. If you agree or disagree with me, let me know in the comments. I'd love to read what you have to say. Also, if there's something you want reviewed, let me know and I'll get to it. Lastly, if you want to see some more from me, you can check out my vlogs linked up above or my podcast, Friends with Benefits. My name is Diego, and I'll see you next time.